Hey, what's up guys? We are back again to show you guys how to win in the Clash Royale draft tournament. So we played Mega Draft for a long time and now draft is back in action. This challenge is the best way of earning rewards if you can get to 15 wins. So if you have 500 gems and you reach 15 wins, you can get this Arena 20 chest or whatever chest you have based on your arena. You can get that. Like, these are huge, monstrous rewards for 500 gems. The key is you got to get all the way to 15. So if you can get all those, it's probably going to be worth it if you can get to 10, because that chest at 10 wins is huge. But if you can get to 15, that's even more rewards. That's the reason that I do these tournaments, to show you guys how to win it and then hopefully get all the way to 15. If you guys are watching this at a later date and there's a draft tournament or a draft challenge, all of the tips and tricks that I'm going to give right now, the Clash Royale draft tournament tips, those will help you out regardless when it is. I've talked to a lot of professional players, and I'm going to be giving you guys my advice as we get through the tournament. I'm going to hopefully get to 15 wins today really quick, and then I'll also be unlocking some things along the way, like some emotes, some extra goodies that we have in the shop. So first things first, Musketeer is one of the best cards in the game. Just a really solid ranged card that can give you value in almost every situation. Snowball is great because it pushes things back, but I'm going to choose arrows just because we don't know what other bait cards our opponent has. I'm going to pick Dark Goblin as well. I could have picked Fly Machine, but I think this is better just to pick all the bait cards after I gave him Snowball, which he can't kill any of my stuff. So it feels pretty good if you ask me. All right, so we don't really have the option to pick our Win Condition. I don't even know what the Win Condition is. That's unfortunate. Okay, I think I do have to go in for like either a Valkyrie, which will be able to finish off those wall breakers. Ooh, wait, well, that's Snowball though. That's Snowball. He just went all in. He dumpstered 10 elixir at the river to get 500 damage. Sometimes in draft, because a lot of people don't necessarily know how to play their deck, that's exactly what's going to happen. So yeah, this guy is just spamming all of his stuff. Totally fine for me. It's okay. We can kite most of his units with the Goblin Giant. Oh no, we kite everything. That's pretty big. Not gonna lie, I love that. Wow, Goblin Giant Shrek is busted. The fact that he can't hit any of my stuff with Knight, he can't do anything with his Skeleton Dragons. They just decomposed. And now the Fly Machine is waddling the wrong side for him. So I'm going to go for a Night Witch in the back. I'm fully expecting him to go in. So I'm just going to eat the damage. It's totally fine. I was expecting him to go in a little bit more with the wall breakers on the other side, but I guess not. See how we took even damage on both sides? That's another thing that I like doing. If you can take even damage on both lanes, then you're basically getting an elixir advantage for nothing, because they're only going to take one tower majority of the time. Unfortunately, he does get the Executioner, so we did not want him to get Executioner when we have all these bait cards, but that's beside the point. We'll still walk with a W if we play this correctly. The Valkyrie will be able to hit both the wall breakers, and that's all we really need. Definitely wanted to align it in a spot that the Executioner wasn't able to hit it, and he's overcommitting with an Electro Spirit. He's just dropping a lot of elixir here, kind of what we wanted to see. Remember, the guy's going to have Fly Machine, so maybe we can go and snipe it with a Dark Goblin depending on what happens. He's going to have Skeleton Dragons and Fly Machine. If he drops his Fly Machine behind his tower and Skeleton Dragons in front of his tower, I think that's what I would have done as well. So unfortunately, he seems to be okay at the game. We're hoping that the earlier people that we play against in these challenges are way worse. But if you do this first day of the tournament, a lot of times you're going to be playing against much better players. And the reason is, the better players will push up later on in the tournament. But at the very start, you can match into a top 200 player. I mean, that's just not how you want it to have happen, but it happens all the time. A story that I have is I played against Codigo. If you guys don't know, he used to be like the #1 player in the world at ladder all the time. Still a really good Spanish content creator. I played him second game in a tournament before, and I was like, wait, what? And then I realized, because I was playing early on, I was unfortunately able to play against really good players because they hadn't pushed up yet. So if you guys are doing this tournament and you want to have optimal success, the best time to play it is going to be the last 2 days. So if you play in the last 2 days, pro players are not going to be #1 or 2. They're not going to be 1 or 2 wins anymore. They're going to be much higher than that. Yo, the Dark Goblin's not getting hit. Okay, I cursed myself. The Dark Goblin started getting hit. So looking at the game again, I think that we're still having a problem here because the Skeleton Dragons are doing mad work. So we're going to go in for a Valkyrie just to guarantee that we can kill the Executioner, especially with the splash damage. Oh my gosh, the Executioner somehow hit that. That's ludicrous. That's preposterous, guys. That just doesn't feel right, you know? All right, we're going to go for an Executioner counter. Oh, wow, that almost hit my tower. Not going to lie, I'm a little bit scared. I'm going to try my hardest to win this, but I can't guarantee anything at this point. So we're going to go for arrows because we do... Oh, wait, this is a bad arrows, I think. Because now I have to deal with wall breakers. Wait, he's not going to drop wall breakers? Gonna drop Executioner instead. I should have dropped Valkyrie, I think. Yeah, there's the wall breakers as we expected. Fortunately for us, the Executioner is targeting on top of the wrong thing, aka the Girl Rascals, or the Boy Rascal in that point. And we're gonna go and drop another Goblin Giant. So this match, I think the guy is actually really good. I think he's probably like an Ultimate Champion player or something along those lines. He hasn't made as many misplays as most people would. And it's just, it's going to be a bit harder. So I'm not going to arrows because it won't finish off the game. So I'm not going to overcommit. That's one of the #1 things to not do if you want to win games in Clash Royale. Do not overcommit. All right, we're going to go in for Rascals here after the Electric Spirit goes down. And then I think that the Royal Giant doesn't do more than like 1 or 2 shots on the tower, which is more than I wanted him to get, but it's not going to finish the game. Now we can Goblin Giant again at the river, and then as long as we kill the Knight, I think we have this game out of our sight. So sometimes you get stuck with these type of win conditions like Goblin Giant that are good, but they don't always break through because they don't have enough health, and you don't have like the right supporting cards, like maybe a Fireball to freaking break through the Skeleton Dragons and feel really good about yourself. So yeah, you know, that's the, I guess, the epitome of this draft game mode. A lot of times you will end up getting stuff like this, where this guy, oh, he was an Ultimate Champion. Huh. Mini account? I don't know. He seemed like a pretty okay player. At least he's been playing for a while, right? So it was just hard. Yeah, he has a meta deck on his profile, so he at least knows something about the game, right? Definitely like that type of stuff. When you get this type of matchup where you're like, okay, can't really break through because I don't have Fireball for, you know, the Fly Machine or the Skeleton Dragons. And then, of course, the Executioner kind of shreds my bait cards, but I wasn't able to pick a card to counter the Executioner. You just have to adapt to the situation and understand, like, hey, even though the arrows are really appealing on top of the Fly Machine and the Skeleton Dragons there, I'm not going to do it because it would be an overcommitment. All right, so Mega Knight and Fireball, or Fire Spirit, are the two most different cards in the game. I don't know why they would give me that option. Like, why would I want to pick between a Mega Knight or a Fire Spirit, right? Like, they do splash damage, I guess, but they're so totally different. All right, so we're going to go and pick Witch is really good in this game mode. Zappies are really good in this game mode. I'm going to choose Witch, though, because I want to end up getting an endless amount of skeletons. And it synergizes pretty good with Mega Knight. Wait, I have an amazing deck. He gave me Earthquake, and I gave him Barb Hut. Oh my gosh, and my Win condition is Mega Knight. I don't even care. I don't even care if he activates King Tower here. It doesn't even matter because I've got Royal Giant. He knows that I have Royal Giant, so he didn't even try to stop it. Alright, so if you didn't know, I would prefer to cycle Earthquake on the tower opposed to dropping a Zap. And the reason is, the Earthquake is only 1 more elixir, yet it does way more damage. Just think about it from that perspective. Okay, so we have a really weird deck where we are given cards like, hey, 2 Wink. Oh my gosh. I think the Barbarian stopped the Ram Rider from getting pulled by that Tombstone. If you guys did not know, that Tombstone pulls Hog Riders. So of course it's going to pull Ram Rider, which has a bigger pull radius. So, or at least from my experience, I've been easily able to pull Ram Riders. The Barbarian on the inside, right here, was blocking the Ram Rider from getting pulled. That's really unfortunate. Stuff like that does happen in the game. You just kind of have to deal with it. Also, that placement that I did is like the most optimal placement if you want to go and pull Hog Riders. Like 1 tile to the other side at the highest point. Because if your opponent's got Earthquake, the Earthquake can't reach it. That's the only spot that the Earthquake can't reach it. I'm not going to go in for a Balloon here because a lot of times people will overcommit. And if you go Balloon into Zappies and then you have like literally no elixir, after you had already casted a Mega Knight, the game is effectively over. There's no way to come back then. We're going to set up a Tombstone so the Fire Spirit jumps onto that. Then the Ram Rider is not going to be able to get a huge charge that he's looking for. Then we can go in for a Zap. And I think we're going to be okay if we can get an Electric Spirit down because I believe that the Ram Rider is going to end up getting, yep, awesome. I was going to say, the Ram Rider gets close to the Zappies and we stun everything. So we're in a good spot, all things considered. Not the start that we were looking for, but just the start that we get, you know? That's how it go. So we haven't seen 2 win conditions from our opponent, which is always interesting, right? It's always interesting to see that because you would expect them to have multiple win conditions. We're going to start Royal Gianting on the left-hand side because if we can get him to do that, then what happens is then he's forced to go and drop units on the side that he doesn't want, right? He wants to get counterpush with the Barbarians on the right-hand side where the Ram Rider's already done damage, but he's not getting that, so he feels a little bit bad about that for sure. All right, we're going to do this, and then we can go in for like an Electric Spirit or something afterward, and maybe even a Zap depending on what happens. I do need to go in for a Mega Knight so then I stop the damage that he's getting. It's okay for him to get damage on the left. It's not okay for him to get damage on the right. The Valkyrie's coming down. We know he's going to end up having Zappies. The Zappies are a really good answer to Royal Giant. I wish I didn't mess up as much as I did earlier, but you know, you can't really take that back, you know? When you mess up, you kind of have to take it. He's missing the poison every time, which is huge. Now he's going to go for arrows. He's kind of overcommitting, so that's good. It's really, really good that he ends up missing all that. But I need to do a huge push. If I don't make this big push happen, I lose. So I'm starting to wonder if I can go for a Royal Giant if that's enough. I don't think so. I think I have to Mega Knight on top of the Ram Rider. And then maybe I can go in for a balloon afterward. I'm just trying to bait out all of his buildings, ideally. Yeah, we're going to Mega Knight here, and then I can zap. Zapping is better because I'm pretty sure the Ram Rider does get a hit, so I need to stop that from happening. And then he's going to keep poisoning me. I really don't want to lose the game, guys. So let's see what we can do. We're going to go in for a Witch here, and then I think I'm dead to one more poison, so I need to make something crazy happen, like balloon, and also go in for the... yeah, he's gonna do it. He's just going to go in with the Ram Rider, and that's a problem. Unless we're able to defend this. Unless somehow, some way, we're able to find a way. Unless... Oh, man. That was so close. Such an unfortunate L. Not going to lie. That was one of those situations where the Ram Rider should get pulled, and it didn't because the Barbarian's at the start. So, you live and you learn. I guess just going in for a safer play. I want to show you guys the situation where the Barbarians were on the inside just to prove it. The Barbarians here. Notice how the Ram Rider got pushed just a little bit. You guys might be laughing. You might be like, that's nothing, Jake. Notice how the Ram Rider just pushed a little bit. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Slight push to the right, and it went away from the tombstone. It's okay. It's Clash Royale. You know, sometimes doing the most optimal placements when you have your opponent's units at the river. Sometimes they can push their units away from a building, and that's all it takes to lose. It's okay, though. We'll jump on to the next game, and we'll bounce back. That's kind of crazy that we lost the game off that, but whatever. Turn up your volume. You're fine. I think the volume should be fine, man. And the volume should be a-okay for me. Yo, 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 yo. All right. Let's keep going. You probably have your device's volume on low. Oh, yeah. He 100% does have that. All right. We're going to choose arrows. We're going to choose probably Phoenix because we need a robust card since we have a lot of bait cards in our deck. It's better to have that. Hey, what's up? What's going on, guys? Can I join your channel? Yeah, of course. Let's freaking go. The volume is good. Yeah, the volume is very good. I know because I test all of my recordings before I go live, so I don't waste anyone's time. You know, I think that's a pretty important thing. I want to make sure that all my recordings, all my streams, everything is the right volume. Did you have your dinner? No, bro. I just woke up. It's 9 a.m. here. It's 9 a.m. where I'm at, bro. It's 9 a.m. where I'm at. Love you, man. I love you, too. Thanks for taking the time to be here, brother. Also, if the volume's low on your guys' end, you can just adjust your volume, you know? Why are you so early today? Because I'm potentially going to be playing tennis later on in the day. Haven't decided if I will or not, but I might. Okay, so looking back at the game, our opponent dropped a Royal Giant, which is already a huge elixir investment. He's down a lot after doing that, so I can comfortably go in for a graveyard. Usually I wouldn't do this, but because I know that I'm up a lot of elixir, I feel comfortable just dropping a Wink Edition. He ended up dropping Royal Hogs, and he also went in for an aggressive play. He's in a very bad spot now. Yeah, what time is it in your guys' country or where you guys are at? I'm in the United States in the Seattle area, so that's why it's a little bit, you know, I guess earlier for me than it would be for a lot of other people. So, what are we doing right now? I think we can go in for like a bowler in the back, and we're not going to line it with the magic archer. We want to make sure that it's out. Oh my goodness. Dude, the baby dragon just locked with the tower. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so we're going to go in for the Phoenix as well, and we're going to continue to chill. Let's go, baby. That's what's up. We're going to go for graveyard, and then we're just going to arrows if we need to. I don't necessarily need to. I think that's going to be enough to take the tower since the Phoenix will splash with its death damage on top of the Spear Goblins. And I'm not going to overcommit with arrows when I know that I can take tower. So a lot of these draft game modes, when you play earlier on, they should look like this. Unfortunately, the last player, I think he was decent at the game as well. But he got really lucky with the Ram Rider getting pushed, to be real. He wouldn't have beat me otherwise. But this is what the majority of the games like this one, where the opponent overcommits with the Wink Edition and then allows you an easy win. This is how draft should be most of the time, early on. If you end up playing like the first few wins until like 10 wins in the tournament, this is what it will look like if you wait until like the third day of the draft. If you do it first day, then you can still play against good players, you know. All right, so we're gonna go for a Phoenix, and then we're gonna follow through with a graveyard, and then we're just gonna go Goblins because we are able to pull the Prince directly into the Dark Goblin. So using the long-range cards like Dark Goblin give you absurd value in this type of challenge. I love Dark Goblin. I love Firecracker. I really enjoy playing cards like that because it gives me a huge benefit. So we're going to go in for a Baby Dragon here, and then I think getting more crowns is a bit better because I'll show you guys in a bit. I'm going to go for the Dark Goblin in the middle. I might even take a bunch of damage on my tower, but I want to take his tower. I really want this tower. I really want this tower. Let's go. So I'll show you why that tower actually matters. If you didn't know, there's actually a cool aspect of Royal tournaments that a lot of people don't take into consideration. So we're going to go and collect those free gems. All right, so where is it at the top? Okay, so you guys can see that this number 26, or the number 2 player, has 26 wins. So how many crowns does he have? He has 53. The number 3 player is going to have 48, and then the person after that is going to have less crowns. So the common theme is, even if you have the same amount of wins as your opponent, it doesn't matter how many losses you have. The person with the most crowns at the same win count will always be ranked higher than the next person. You want to have as many crowns as possible if you can get those crowns safely. That's a really good thing to just keep in mind. A lot of top ladder players in these type of tournaments, what they'll do is they will end up just, okay, I'm going to pick Hog Riders because it's a faster card. Usually I would pick Royal Giants just because it's generally a better win condition. But because in draft, it's not Mega Draft, right? You want to make sure that you end up having cards that are more versatile, that are cheaper, that are generally easily more adaptable in that type of situation. So I'm going to pick Hog Rider just since it's more adaptable in different decks, and then also just like easier to afford in more situations, because people are not going to have perfect card cycles. They're maybe not going to have the buildings that they want. So it's just generally a bit better to run something like that. This guy just dropped a random Dark Goblin at the river, and then he hunted directly on top of the Mega Knight. This is looking like a really good game for us. I think we've already won it. Maybe I'm 100% wrong, but we're in a really good spot, and we can Hog Rider with the Mega Knight tanking. I wasn't expecting the Mega Knight to make sure the Hog Rider was stuck in traffic, but, you know, that's what happened. Wait, can the Mega Knight jump? No way, no way, no way, no way. This is a joke. That was awesome. That was actually so cool. Did y'all expect the Mega Knight to go back, retarget the tower onto the Hog Rider, and then jump back on the Royal Ghost so we could finish off the Ghost and toast the Ghost without taking any damage from it? That was awesome. Let's go, guys. That was literally incredible. That was really incredible. Oh my goodness. All right. We're going to go in for some other stuff here. Volume, please. I'm not going to change anything, guys. Chill with that. I don't want to hear any more volume things for the rest of the stream. I want to just enjoy the games, guys. Come on now. All right. We're going to go in for Spear Goblins here as well. How good is Bowler in your opinion? I really, really enjoy Bowler. I think Bowler is like one of the better cards in this type of game mode because it knocks back a lot of bridge spam. Whether it's bait cards that just get immediately destroyed, Hog Riders, Ram Riders that get knocked back, resetting the Battle Ram, or maybe even like the Ram Rider. Like that's kind of a big deal for me. Okay, so the Magic Archer isn't going to lock onto the tower, but it does end up hitting the Witch. That's kind of nice. It would be cool if it was able to lock on the tower, but not from that alignment. All right, so we're going to go for a Hog Rider, and then we are able to finish off the Hunter without any real damage on our tower. He's not able to like counter push and kill my Magic Archer or anything. Dude, the Magic Archer is putting in so much work. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Easy stuff. Is Monk or Mighty Miner better? Mighty Miner is definitely the better champion. 100%. 100%. We're going to go in for a Fly Machine here as well, and then we're just going to keep going. We're going for guards as well, so we're chilling. It's looking like a good W. Poison or Log, choose one. If I didn't have a small spell, I would always choose Log. Poison is the best big spell in the game just because it does so much damage. Counters Graveyard, hard to miss, and it works against almost every deck in the game. Let's go. Let's keep going. Whoosh. We're going to go in for a Musketeer here as well. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all saying that those guys are like trolling or something, because it's nice to know that my volume is actually okay. All right, we're going to go in for Hog Rider and Spear Goblins. I really wasn't focused in this game just because I'm reading a little bit more than normal, but it's all good. It's going to be fine here. How good are guards? Guards are probably S tier, I would say. They're just super good at distracting stuff, so it's just a great card. And they even have high damage. Despite them having the name guards, they have some of the most damage that you could get out of bait cards. Really, really solid cards. I would love to be able to finish off the Witch here, so I'm going to go for Spear Goblins just to guarantee that we can kill it. And then we can go for Magic Archer, line that up with the Ice Golem, and then also the Hunter, and then get some extra damage on the tower. And that might be enough to secure the W. Not 100% going to guarantee anything, but it's looking a lot better now. All right, let's Musketeer in the middle to finish off the Witch. Oh my gosh, come on, Mega Knight. Just lock on the tower, bro. Lock on the tower, bro. All right, we're just going to keep spamming a little bit because he doesn't have Hunt. Oh, he did get back to Hunter. Wow, he has a way quicker card cycle than I expected. Okay, we can just Magic Archer and win, right? Right? Yeah, that's how I like to roll. We don't defend out here. All offense all the time. Hell yeah. Woo! That's what's up, guys. That's what we do. Okay. Yeah, I'm literally looking at the volumes, and it's hitting the red part. So, yeah, my volume's completely fine. Lots of people were trolling me today. All right. Do you curse off stream? Sometimes. I don't really curse that often, though. I've been trying to limit that as much as I possibly can because my girlfriend and my family don't like it, so I don't really curse that often. Show your setup? No, dude, I'm playing draft. Man, chat is full of wild childs today. Chat is full of wild childs today. What is your opinion on level 15, and what do you think it has to bring? Yeah, so that's the big thing about level 15. It's not that much of a negative because level 15 doesn't cost gold. The negative is, I don't feel like it does much for us, right? There isn't anything that we get from leveling up to level 15 because the evolutions or whatever it is, it seems that it's not linked to level 15. So what does level 15 give us? I don't think it gives us much, but I'm happy that they lock it behind everything, right? Like everyone has access to it. I'm happy that they're giving everyone access to the evolutions instead of putting it behind level 15. Because if they put it behind level 15 like they did with champions, then yes, it feels like you're earning something by leveling up to level 15, but no one can play it unless they're level 15. So the way I see it is I am happy the way that they did it, but also, yes, I wish they added something cool behind level 15 as well. Like if you level up to level 15, you get something awesome that doesn't affect gameplay. I think that's the way that they should do it. Also, the reason why I chose Royale Delivery, guys, it's phenomenal at crushing all the annoying cards that the opponent will be dropping, no matter what they are. And I just saw my deck, like, not having good answers to Golem, so I'm like, I need to be able to finish off the support cards so that my rest of my units can finish off the Golem. I don't want to make this a 2-tower game, because a lot of times that will end up creating sketchy situations. So I like choosing some defensive cards in my deck, just so I can guarantee that I'll be able to not lose to someone dropping like a Ram Rider in like the last game, you know? I don't want to have a repeat of that loss. So I want to guarantee that I'll have cards that can beat bridge spammers. Because there's a lot of bridge spammers in this type of game mode. Tons of people don't really know how to play all the cards that they're using. So a lot of times they'll just randomly drop them at the river. From what I've experienced. So many people just randomly drop their stuff at the river. So we're going in because we know that we can finish off the Mother Witch, and it made sense since we had a whole bunch of cards counter pushing. And if the Goblin Giant locks on the tower and the Spear Goblins load up even more damage, we are chilling right now. We're having a very good time. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So we're going to be able to go in for like a Battle Ram here, and then love to see Jake clapping these guys. Yo, the games have been going super well. You love to see it. Are you better than Roger Federer? No, dude. I am definitely not better than Roger Federer. My goodness. What's better, Hog Rider or Hunter or Mini P.E.K.K.A? I would say that Hunter is definitely, as a draft card, I would say generally better if you don't have anti-air answers because it counters Balloon fully, and it also ends up giving you good elixir trades against any Blade Spam as well. So I would personally prefer to run Hunter in most situations in this draft game mode. But in a regular environment, I would almost always pick Mini P.E.K.K.A because the high damage capability, it's just unrivaled for 4 elixir. It's better than Lumberjack. It's better than all those other 4 elixir cost ground mini tanks or mini tank killers. So it's better than Night Witch, it's better than Lumberjack. It's just probably the best mini tank killer in the game, especially when it's raged up. Are you friends with OJ? Yeah, dude, I've seen OJ a lot in person. I love the guy. How many wins are you going to be going for the tournament? Probably 15 or so. Also, if you guys are enjoying this, make sure to subscribe to the channel because every time that there's a new tournament, every single time that there's a new challenge or whatever in game, I am always streaming it live. So definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you guys get notified when that happens. Another thing that you guys can do is you can also just like the video to support me for free. If you want to like the video and support me for free, that's always a vibe, and I do appreciate that as well. 3 Musketeers are overpowered if your opponent doesn't have a big spell, and a lot of times people are not given a big spell in this type of game mode. It just doesn't happen. If we're getting 4 Musketeers in the same deck, it'd be fun stuff. Yo, yo, yo. Did you see the new balance changes? I did not see the new balance changes yet. Woo! Let's keep going. Let's keep vibing. So we're going to go in for a Fire Spirit here, and then a Musketeer, and then I can go for a cannon card afterward. Lots of love from South Africa, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. Life has been good. Games have been good. And vibes have been even better. So that's what we like to see. you like draft mode? I'm not a huge fan of draft mode because it's a lot of RNG, but it's fun to play it once in a while. Like, I enjoy playing these tournaments, and I'm very thankful that they add these tournaments. But if it was like a game mode in ranked, I wouldn't enjoy it as much because there's a lot more RNG. Sometimes you get picked, or you get cards that you can't counter. For instance, if my opponent doesn't have a fireball or a poison or a rocket, and he's playing against 3 musketeers, he automatically lose. So I can just drop the 3 musketeers on one side and he loses, right? That's one of the reasons why it's really, really strong. Lots of love from Miami. It's my birthday today. Thank you, man, for giving me love on your birthday. I feel like it should be the other way around. Appreciate it, brother. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. So we're going to be going in for a barbarian barrel here as well, and I think I'm A-okay. Also, this is the last time I'm gonna talk about the volume. Sometimes my editors and I will adjust the volume after we record. So this is the true volume of what it regularly is when I stream. Maybe in the videos, it'll be slightly different with a different aspect of volume, but it shouldn't matter, all right? And I don't want to see it anymore because, you know, it really detracts from the vibes, and we're going to start timing out or banning people that just don't understand that. So don't spam the chat with that. I don't want to see it anymore. I'll ban people. That's big what I'm just saying. The game lags every update's a new challenge. Yeah, hey, I mean, sometimes the game does end up lagging, and a lot of times the game modes are not necessarily optimized. If the game modes aren't necessarily optimized and they just put out the update, then it's not going to work for every device. That's the harsh reality of Clash Royale, and also mobile games in general. When games get older, it's going to be sometimes harder to run it as they update more and more stuff because they're going to be changing the way that things work. How do you rate elite level? I haven't played it that much. I've touched the cards a little bit, but I don't necessarily know if I'm going to like it or not. I like the fact that they didn't make it gated behind a new level like level 15. I'm happy that everyone can play it, but also on top of that, like, it could have been better, right? They could have just not added level 15, and that would have been the best way of doing it. Anyway, jumping into this one, we are going to be going for Barbarian, stacking up Musketeers. Musketeer City out here. You guys know the deal. And we're going to go for an Elixir Golem as well, since we still have a Musketeer on the map. And we have a Cannon Cart, and we're just up so much Elixir. Generally, I don't like going for Elixir Golem very often with this type of game mode, because if you go for an Elixir Golem and they defend it, then they're going to be getting a lot of Elixir, and they'll just wreck you. A lot of times, you're not going to get Battle Healer with your Elixir Golem. So that's just, it's kind of a problem, right? If you don't have Battle Healer with Elixir Golem, you can't keep your Elixir Golem alive. If you can't keep your Elixir Golem alive, it's going to end up dying very quick, and it'll give your opponent a lot of Elixir. So Elixir Golem, I would say, is the worst card to pick in draft. And I would always give it to my opponents. Always, always, always. We're going to choose Bandit since it's really good at just dashing around and getting value. I'm going to choose Log. As I said before, I wasn't given a small spell, so I think that's the best thing. Fisherman is overpowered, but I want to choose Firecracker, so I have some semblance of air defense. And then I think I'm going to pick Wall Breakers because Fisherman does not do very well into Wall Breakers. Should I come back to CR after 2 years? Yeah, I mean, try it out, man. See if you like the game. There's no harm in re-downloading the game and seeing if you like it. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to Daisy. Thank you for becoming a member. I did not shout you out earlier. I hope that you are still here. I'm really sorry about that. Sometimes I'm a bad streamer. Sometimes I don't get to notify and look at all the notifications and stuff like that. So thank you, Daisy. And then Ben Carroll, thank you for also becoming a member. Strong, thank you for becoming a member. And then Cody, thank you for the $2. All the support that you guys give, all the donations that you guys give, it goes directly back into the channel, and it makes the videos better, because if you didn't know, I end up, you know, giving all the money that I get into my editing team, and then my editing team gets better, and then my videos get better. So I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone that decided to do that. Thank you so much. We're going to go for Wall Breakers here, and the reason why I'm able to do that is because the Fisherman's going to go and yoink it, and then it's going to give him a worse trade overall. So I can log on top of the Dark Goblin, and you guys are probably like, why haven't you logged yet? Why haven't you logged yet? You wait till the last possible second, so then sometimes they'll drop more things with their Dark Goblin, right? A lot of times they'll be dropping like a Wink Edition with the Dark Goblin, and then you can hit more units, right? Or they'll drop something in front of the Dark Goblin. How old are you? I'm 26 right now. I'm 26. I literally grew up playing Clash Royale. Seriously, I've been playing Clash Royale for 7 years now. Isn't that crazy? Guys, I've been playing Clash Royale since I was like... Baby Jake. Baby Jake. Yo, Bright Tech, thank you so much for the $44. Oh my goodness. Dude, thank you so much. That is huge. I am very appreciative of that donation. You didn't have to do that, but you did. You freaking legend. I really appreciate the support. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So we're going to log on the Dark Goblin a little bit earlier this time. No, we're not going to. We're just going to wait. He activated King Tower. He played that pretty well. So that's what he was going for the entire time, going for that King Tower activation. I might have to go opposite lane right now. I'm going to go for wall breakers here on the left because he's going to drop an Electro Wizard. I think one of them connects. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, one of them does. Usually, because the King Tower is activated, you won't even get that connection, but it worked out pretty well. We want to stop him from going in for Golems, so I want to go in for a Goblin Giant. He's probably going to Golem. I'm going to Skeletons here as well. If he goes in for a Fisherman or a Dark Goblin or something. Sometimes the Skeletons will lock onto the tower because everything's targeting on top of the Goblin Giant. Yeah, it's so good. That's so good. Goblin Giant is just broken sometimes. All right, we're going to do Firecracker. And then we're going to go in for probably an Executioner. And then we're going to go in for a Bandit so then he can't pull everything. And then the Bandit should dash backward, right? Oh, it's not dashing. That's not good. But we can drop another win condition here to get ahead of the Bandit and then also the Executioner. And maybe we can hustle and bustle through with like wall breakers and maybe go in for like an Earthquake depending on what happens. Or we can go for a Firecracker and a Log and then finish off his units that way. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, here's an interaction that a lot of people don't know. To watch the Fisherman. I'm dropping the Skeletons after the Fisherman already yoinked, and it's still targeting the Skeletons. If you drop a unit that's right on top of your tower, the Fisherman will hit that unit that you dropped later on top of your tower, even though the Fisherman yoinked itself and locked onto the tower with the hook. So you don't have to drop something for the Fisherman to just pull. Sometimes, if you want to delay your units, if you're feeling that your opponent's going to make a prediction on your units that you're trying to counter the Fisherman with, you can drop it later and then have the Fisherman lock onto those units that are in front of your tower. Basically what I'm saying is the Fisherman will always lock onto units instead of locking onto the tower if you have units in front of your tower. Just something to keep in mind. Dang! Oh my goodness, Cody. Thank you for another $5. Wait, that's a lot of $5. He said, when did you realize that you were good at the game? Dude, you just donated 2 $5 donos. Thank you so much, man. I realized when I was good at the game, when I reached the top of the leaderboard, I was consistently ranked top 10 in the world all the time on ladder because not everyone had maxed accounts. And I was top 3 players in the game at that point because I was always winning 15K tournaments, which Bren Chong sponsored and stuff. So that was like, that was really fun. Back then, I was always getting a lot of wins, and it was just an awesome time. So, I think I want to choose Royal Giant over Miner. As dumb as that sounds, the Miner just doesn't do that much damage. And a lot of times people in this game mode don't necessarily know what to do then. I'm going to choose Phoenix over Mother Witch, even though he has a lot of bait cards, simply because Phoenix is one of the best anti-air responses in the entire game. So if my opponent has Electro Dragon, he's got Balloon, he's even got like Minion Horde. That's going to be a better answer than dropping the Mother Witch because the Mother Witch can die to a Fireball, right? So then it can't necessarily always give me value. I'm going to choose the universally stronger cards because I assume I'm better than my opponents, so I want to guarantee that I can win. That's what's up. That's how I like to play. I want to give myself the highest probability of winning and the lowest probability of getting surprised by some crazy shenanigans. Okay, Zora Phoenix in the back. Oh my gosh, dude. Balaz says, hope you get the joke with some here. Dude. 2,048. Dude, I don't get it. I feel dumb. I feel dumb. Is there an inside joke? There has to be an inside joke. I need to understand. I need to understand. No, I hate not knowing things. I hate not knowing things. I'm always that person. When I don't know something, I immediately Google it. I Google it for days. I Google it immediately. I'm like looking it up. I can't stop myself from like not knowing things. I have an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. It's the cringe way of saying it. But, yeah, that's what it is. So thank you so much, man. I was like, dude, 20 and then 48. You can't even double it to get the 48. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Triple it and minus 12? Is that what I was supposed to do? Oh, it's a perfect square. Okay. Okay. I really love you, your content, man. God bless you, says Lil Patchy or Pitchy. Thank you, man. Also, Old Man Gaming, thank you for becoming a member, man. I really do appreciate that. Why do people BM? All right, here's my theory on BMing. It's legitimately just like emotes. You mute emotes if you don't like it. If you can't handle the BM, mute the emotes. It doesn't matter. It's a mobile game. People are spamming cartoon emotes at you. Sometimes it hypes me up because I'm like, haha, he BM'd me. Because I like beating people that are bad manner and like, they think that they're going to win, right? It's always funny beating people that think that they're going to beat you. That's what I like about it. But In reality, it doesn't really matter, right? You shouldn't ever get too pressed about emotes in a video game. Just mute it. You have the ability to mute it, so just do it. However, I'm pretty sure because people cry face, angry face at people that they beat, when someone wins after getting BM'd, they're like, you know what? Let's see the other side of the coin. Let's see what it's like when I get to BM. And then that's what they do because they got BM'd. Then it's a cycle. They're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to beat someone and BM them too because that's what happened to me last game. So it's just a vicious cycle of people copying each other. I don't know if you guys know this, but I think that a lot of people in life just play follow the leader. That's just how it is. If you see someone like upvote something on Reddit, a lot of times they're just going to upvote what's the highest upvote. They're going to go and follow the ratings of something that's highly rated. They're not going to go and experience things and try to formulate their own opinion. A lot of times they read headlines and then they formulate their opinion off that. That's just how people are. So, you know, if they see someone doing something, a lot of times they just copy it, and that's okay. But that's the reality of what life is. So don't stress too much about it. Also, Golem is broken in this game mode, and the reason why Golem is so good, you can just throw a whole bunch of crap behind your Golem and spam. And that's one of the reasons why Golem is broken. I chose Graveyard since I had Snowball, and I felt like I would be able to go in for a Golem, a Graveyard, and just take a tower. And there's nothing you can do to stop that. In this game mode, it's impossible to stop Golem plus Graveyard if you have Snowball or Arrows or Freeze or even Poison. Golem Graveyard is pretty good. I would never pick Graveyard as a win condition unless I saw all of my other cards. So I picked Graveyard later on, especially because there was like Goblin Giant, which just doesn't make sense for me in my deck. Like picking Goblin Giant is just kind of weird. Not really what I wanted to do. If the wizard locks onto the Dark Goblin, that would be a problem. But it's okay if it ends up taking most of my tower here, because I'm just going to go for Golem anyway. So why would I like overcommit or stress or be pressed about something that doesn't really matter? We're going to go in for a Graveyard here, and then we can snowball in the Zappies because the Dark Goblin is going to put in so much work. It's going to have Bandit, though. A little bit annoying. But as you guys can see something, all of his units are going towards my 3 crown, which I don't even care about, to be honest. If I'm being real, it doesn't matter. So we're going to go for a Golem in the right-hand side. And we're going to make sure that he can't take my right-hand tower. Okay, we're going to go in for a Tornado here so we can finish off the Spear Goblins. The regular Goblins don't die, but the Spear Goblins do. And that's pretty impactful for me. So since there's so much damage on the left-hand tower, I feel okay dropping our Golem in the right, in the same side that he's likely to go in for the Goblin Giant. I don't think he's going to try to 3-crown me. It would be pretty ludicrous. Unless he had like Lumberjack or E-Barbs or Mini P.E.K.K.A, he's not going to be able to 3-crown me with a Goblin Giant. It just wouldn't happen. Because I have Dark Goblin and I also have minions. Since we're up an absurd amount of elixir, I drop my Golem in the back right. I'm going to Graveyard with it. And you guys will see the ultimate power of Golem Graveyard. The GG. The Golem Graveyard. GG. GG. That's what's up. We're going to go in for the Dark Goblin here. And then we're going to go in for a Snowball. And then we should be A-okay on offense, finishing off the Harry Potter. That's huge value. Oh, wait. I knocked the Harry Potter away. Oh, no. Guys, I didn't finish off Harry Potter. We did. Let's go. You love to see it, baby. All right, we're going to go in for a Spear Goblins here, and then we can go in for a Minions afterward. It's going to Fireball on me. Interesting. Interessant. All right, so I'm just going to keep going in for Golems because it's probably our best bet. If I go in for Golems, and then I can go in for the left-hand side afterward, too. So that's another vibe that I like doing. All right, we're going to go for Tornado, so we go and pull that towards our King Tower so I don't have to worry about it. I can go for Baby Dragon here on top of the Harry Potter so that it doesn't end up trying to 3-crown me or anything like that. And then I think that, yeah, he's just going to keep spamming, so it's fine. As long as I get Goblins down, we're A-okay. The scariest thing is, like, not having an answer to a Goblin Giant or a Win condition in the middle. But since I did, it was okay. We're in a Graveyard with the Baby Dragon crossing the river, and the Golem is taking the targeting, so then the Baby Dragon and everything else is still alive. Oh my gosh, the Dark Goblin! The Dark Goblin! Daryl the Dark Goblin still living large, and we are in charge. We've got 2 Baby Dragons on the field, and we might be able to field a 3-crown real quick. 3 seconds left. Give me it. Give me it. Give me it. No, yes! Let's go! Oh my goodness. Hint, it's an it joke. Oh no. Dude, I want to know. All right. 4,096. Oh, you get the sum here. Oh, with the sum here. So the sum of all of the individual numbers, that would be like 14, right? Because 8 plus 4 is 12, and then 2 is 14. Is that it? Because plus 0 doesn't really do anything. 14. What is 14? All right, and then the other one is 4,096. I feel so dumb right now. So that's 1519. I'm so confused. 5? Is the joke 5 because the difference between the both of those? I'm doing some weird cryptic thing, guys. But thank you so much, Balaz. Sometimes I can't say people's names correctly. Balaz is OP though. He's actually insane. Also, Jimmy Lopez, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Last 5 before my wife kills me. Thank you for the entertainment on this deployment. Definitely going to reinstall this game, says Cody. Yeah, Cody, check out my YouTube channel for videos on different decks. I post one every single day. You're already here, so if you subscribe, you'll get notified when I post a different deck. And if you suck with a certain deck that I showcase, just try it out in a classic challenge. It's okay to lose games then because you're just using free gems, and then you're going to be leveling up your cards as you play. That's what I would recommend for anyone that wants to get better at the game. Play classic challenges with whatever deck because all the cards are max level and you have every card unlocked. And you can just test out and see if you want to upgrade a specific deck or not. We're going to go for recruits here on top of the Dark Goblin. We're going to recruit an awesome army. NA Education. I know, dude. NA Education right now. I had a 4.0 in college and I'm still stupid. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine that everyone in Europe and Australia and everywhere else is smarter than us. It's okay. Maybe. I love the draft challenge until I get a bad draft. Yeah, 100%. It's also early in the morning. Maybe I would think a little bit more clearly and I would understand the reference later on in the day, but it is what it is. All right, so we're going to go Royal Ghost here because I know that I can go for a poison if he drops anything in front. I was hoping that he would drop something in front, but honestly, this is totally fine for us. We can activate King Tower and hit the Princess, but I'm not going to. So the reason why I like this is because he's dropping Elixir Colm, which is going to give me free Elixir. Who can complain when they are getting free Elixir? Not I. Not I. No, it's going to work. This is what we wanted to do. We wanted him to drop units with the Royal Ghost because we dropped the Royal Ghost near his tower. We were hoping that we could poison on the Elixir Collector and whatever units he was attempting to defend the Royal Ghost with. And not only that, he gave me so much value. A Dark Goblin is going to be 3 Elixir. The Spear Goblins is another 2. And the Elixir Collector is even more than that because it gives more Elixir than what it's worth. So I think we got like 10 worth of Elixir bare minimum with that 4 Elixir Poison, which is a 6+ trade. We take those all day long. See, guys, I'm trying to flex. I'm trying to prove that I know kindergarten math, okay? So, yeah, bear with me as I flex. Bear with me as I flex a little bit, all right? Love the gameplay. I love you, man. Why do you still play video games if you're 22? You're a baby. What do you mean? So, from, like, a younger point or, like, older point? Dude, I'm going to be playing Clash Royale or video games when I'm, like, 40. Just based off, maybe I'm not doing it as a job. Maybe I'm not doing it for like content or anything, but I hope so. I love this game, and I feel like there should never be a limit on how old you are playing video games if you're able to accomplish everything else in life. That being said, am I like not making any money with this? Am I spending 12 hours a day just on content, just playing the video game? No, the answer is definitely no. If you didn't know, I spent like 3 to 4 hours playing Clash Royale a day. And I also am able to make money off that as well, right? And then on top of that, most of the time that I spend is literally managing YouTube editors and trying to make the best content I possibly can. So if you think that it's just playing a video game and wasting time, it definitely isn't. Also, I would say that if you're enjoying time and you're accomplishing everything else that you need in life, then you can do whatever you want. Whether that's playing a sport, whether that's watching TV, there's really no difference. If you're enjoying something for a few hours a day, you should never be shamed for that, no matter how old you are. I feel like that's just a terrible take that a lot of people have. One of the things that actually hurts me a little bit is when I watch like Lex Gaming from Brawl Stars and I just look at some of the comments and people are like, wow, you're so old. I can't believe you play video games. That's one of those things that I'm like, man, people are just, sometimes there's going to be like that sub portion of the internet that just kind of sucks, you know? Like those people just aren't good human beings if that's what they're going to say to someone that's able to do it as a full-time job, that's really enjoying life. It's just such a terrible take. So yeah, I just want to make sure that you never say that to people that are actually older because it's just a really bad take. And hopefully you understand that now. I'm 35 and I'll play the game until I die, says Spark on. Yeah, 100%. You don't listen to haters? Dude, I'm not like getting angry or anything. I'm just trying to explain to him why it's so bad so he'll have better informed opinions in the future and he won't harass people like Lex or anyone like that. I think that's a really, really important thing to talk about because, yeah, it's not something that I like seeing on the internet. All right, we're going to go for an Executioner here and we'll see what happens. Please suggest a good deck for boosted field. Yeah, check out my YouTube channel. I already have a stream there. So you've watched this stream. There's already another one, though. Wait, can we activate King Tower with an Ice Golem? Oh! I didn't know that would work! Oh my gosh. Guys, you can activate King Tower with an Ice Golem. The more you know. The more you know. Wasn't that sick? Wasn't that cool? Any draft tips? I've been giving draft tips the entire time I've been playing. So I chose Fisherman because it's a universally really strong card that can activate King Towers. And then if you're activating King Tower against your opponent, you're going to be getting good value. Also, really good against Royal Giant because it's able to push or pull Royal Giants away. So if your opponent's going to have a Royal Giant, then you're able to pull the Royal Giant to the other side. Just a really strong card in general that a lot of people sleep on. My personal preference is picking Fisherman almost every time that I can. Not every time, but whenever I'm giving the option between like a Fisherman and a Lumberjack, you guys already know I'm always picking Fisherman every time. It's just super good. Great. Gaming is great to take your mind off things. Don't know why any... Yeah, 100%. 100%. Gaming is like one of those things that it's just super solid at... If you're able to enjoy life and you want to take like a little bit of a break and just see what you're able to do and just like, I don't know, and not be super serious all the time. I think people have this perception when you get older that you have to be serious at all points in life and you're not able to enjoy life. And in reality, I think that should never happen. Like when you get older and you have kids and you have a job that you really have to be working a lot, you know, do those things. Definitely put your kids first. Definitely do your job. That you can't not do that, right? But if you have free time on the side, who says that you can't do that, right? That's how it should be. How much money have you spent in CR? I think I've spent like $1,200. But before you guys flame me for that, I've made it way back from one of my King's Cup things. I don't know if you guys know this. As dumb as it sounds, I've won $5,000 playing this video game in one tournament. One tournament, I won $5,000. So that's kind of cool. And also, of course, you guys know I make money off content as well. So a lot of times content creators will be spending a lot of money in videos and stuff like that. I'm one of those proponents of not spending an absurd amount of money in videos just to make big videos. Like I could do huge chest unboxings to open up like new stuff as soon as the card comes out and max out a champion for a lot of money or whatever. But I decided not to do that because I don't want to encourage people to spend a lot of money on video games because, you know, sometimes people just see like, oh, you know, it's just a microtransaction. And then, you know, these games end up getting you to spend more and more money as time goes on. I don't know if you guys have played gacha games, for instance, but a lot of times people get this trap of spending $5 and they would never spend money on video games. And then they start spending more money. And then they start spending more money. And they keep spending more because they normalize spending it in the first place. And I never want to be a proponent of that. I never want to be that person that, you know, oh no, please. I never want to be that person that, like, made that possible and kind of, I don't know, it showed that it was okay to do that. Sometimes people get the wrong perception when they see YouTubers spend a ton of money on unboxing videos and stuff like that. I don't do that, and I never will. Are you happy? I'm very happy in life. I wasn't always happy. I'm sure you guys can go back like 2 years, and you can see a pretty big difference in my content. You can see me being a little bit more upset, maybe not as energetic, maybe not as high energy, maybe just not having as good of time in life. But yeah, I think that is one of the biggest things that's changed in my life. You guys can see everything. You can see everything, how it progressed with my life, because it's all documented on YouTube. You can see basically a video from 7 years ago, essentially. The way that you edit your videos and formulate your content is amazing. I've really been enjoying the videos and trying to learn from you as a content creator. Thank you from all the videos. Says Mr. Kasala. Wait, you're okay, you actually have a pretty big channel, I think. Well, you're verified on YouTube, so thank you so much. I don't have the time to click on your channel right now, but thank you so much for the vibes, brother. Wow, that's super cool. It's Clash Royale is a gacha game, says Nathaniel. Yeah, I mean, it is partially a gacha game, but it's not completely, right? The thing that I see a lot of times are gacha games that, you know, are kind of like hero collectors. As much as I love hero collectors, those are the games that are really gonna get people to spend money when they shouldn't be. I don't know. I've had friends that spend money on games that they can't really afford to when they should be spending money on their bills. And that's something that I would never want to contribute to, right? Even when I do play gacha games or whatever on stream for sponsors or whatever, and I do enjoy a lot of gacha games actually, I'm completely free to play unless I get money from the gacha game to spend. And then sometimes I'll spend $50 and it'll get reimbursed by the game. And that's it. And that's all I do. I will never spend money on I never really try to spend money on those games because it's just pixels on a screen from a standpoint of like, I understand that it's okay to spend money on entertainment, but at the same time, I always want to make sure that I'm saving for my future because nothing's really guaranteed in this life. You guys know, market goes up and down. You don't know if you're going to lose your money. You don't know what inflation's going to be 5 years from now. So I'm trying to save as much as I can for my future and then potentially kids if I have those as well. So that's the main thing that I roll with. What's the main thing that changed to make you happier? I started creating content the way that I like to instead of just doing it for views. One of the main things that I was doing before was like I was doing college courses full time, taking 5 or 6 college courses. I was just frantically trying to get a video out every day, not really caring about the content, not really caring about how the quality was. And a lot of times I would rush it or not be happy when I was creating videos. And now, since I do it full time, every single video that I put out is something that I'm proud of. And I can look back at the video and be like, wow, you know what? I really enjoyed making this as well. And I look back at it and I'm like, wow, I enjoy watching this. Every single edit is something that I enjoyed putting together or having my editors make. And I think that that's special because not every YouTuber can say that. And I most certainly could not say that until like 2 years ago. So definitely a big difference for me. All right, we're going to go for a Hog Rider here with the minions and the Dark Goblin counter pushing. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't really been commentating on what I've been doing in this game, but hopefully it does make sense. Like, I'm trying to counter push more so than anything else. If you don't understand what you're doing, the best thing that you could do is just focus purely on counter push plays. Because if you're able to counter push, your opponent won't be able to do much if they overcommit. A lot of times, people don't necessarily have a good grasp of their cards. So if you're just defending and then you're getting counter pushed with like your Executioners and Dark Goblins or your Princes, your opponent will overcommit once and then you just take their tower because you're counter pushing units, no matter what they have and no matter what you have. If you have an Elixir advantage, they won't have Elixir to stop it. And that's the way that I like to play draft. A lot of times I can play it without even, well, I wasn't even like really trying to win that game. I was just commentating and talking to you guys. I wasn't even focusing. I was winning that on autopilot simply because I was purely focusing on counter push. That's it. Like the stream says, Divine. Oh, thank you, man. Thanks for reminding people about that. Why don't you just learn edit and edit your own videos? That's a really good question. I do know how to edit, and I can edit my own videos. The issue is my videos to edit, they take 20 plus hours to create. I am the only person that can make their own videos myself. I'm the only person that can record. There are a ton of different people that can edit. You just have to find the right people, and you have to train them, and it's a long process. But for me, I can get more videos out, and it's more efficient, and it's more fun for me. So if I can make more money, and it's more fun for me to create videos than editing, I will always outsource my editing to editors that are really talented, that can do the video within 3 or 4 days, that are professional editors, compared to me, who I can only edit a video once every 7 days at the quality that you guys see. I would only be able to get one video out an entire week, maybe less than that. So for my upload schedule, that's what I do. I mean, hypothetically, if my videos start getting less views and I wouldn't be able to afford editors, and I don't have anyone supporting me on Creator Code, and I never get any sponsors or something, then I would have to edit my own videos. But I don't have to. And I know how to edit my own videos, and that's why I'm able to give advice for my new editors. When I train editors, I know what is good and I know what is bad. And I know exactly how to train people and be like, hey, do this type of edit, change it this way. I know what changes are unfeasible, what people can and can't do. And a lot of times, you're going to see new content creators just buy an editor and be like, yo, I'm going to go and pay you like, I don't know, an absurd amount of money. And they have no idea what looks good and what looks bad in content because they've never edited videos themselves. It's kind of like, you know, you start in a restaurant and you're working behind the dishes, or you're doing the dishes. And then you eventually graduate to maybe like a sous chef. And then you end up becoming the full chef eventually, right? So for me, I was doing everything. I was kind of bottom of the barrel, just doing absolutely everything, having no help. I was doing my own thumbnails. I was doing my own editing. And then I realized what was good and what was bad as I started to progress as a content creator. And that's invaluable. Even if you want to speed run your journey as a content creator, you got to start at the starting point and understand what is good and what is bad individually so then you can make the right changes. And I think that that's probably true in every facet of life, no matter what you're doing. You want to be able to understand all aspects of what you're managing. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do a good job. All right, so we're going to be able to go in for the Ram Rider here, and then we're going to go in for Goblins afterward. We are able to push the Royal Ghost off of our tower, if you guys didn't know that, because the Goblin spacing allows for that to happen. All right, we're going to go back to the game, and we're going to concentrate for the rest of this game, all right? I was not concentrated at all. So I'm going to go Royal Recruits at the river. With the Archer split, it allows me to defend both sides no matter where he spammed. Now I'm going to go Royal Recruits to pull back the guards, and then we're going to see which side is weaker, and then we're going to go in for the Ram Rider on that side. So he's overcommitting on the right-hand side, so the Ram Rider on the left would be a little bit smarter for us, I believe. And then we'll see how this works. I mean, I could Fireball on this. This could be really dumb, but I want the Archer to give us extra value. All right, we're going to go for a Dark Goblin here. Going for Archers, going for Goblins to pull back all the stuff. Oh, no, I lost. I definitely lost off that. That was very well played. Wait, I didn't. How did I not lose? Wait, the baby dragon did lock onto my tower. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm the luckiest person in this game. No big deal. No big deal. It's just vibes. Just vibes out here. Just vibes. No big deal. All right, we're going to go other side so that we can kind of ignore more of his units. And then we're going to go for a Dark Goblin to finish off the baby dragon. He's almost certainly get a tornado on that. If he miners, that's also fine because now he doesn't have a Link Edition. And notice how, like, the Mega Minion, the Miner, those type of cards I can completely ignore. The Baby Dragon's going to get finished off by our tower, so that's huge. This is going to be harder for us to surround with the Ghost, but we're still going to be able to accomplish it, I believe. Huge value. Yeah, we're just going to keep going for Recruits at the river because it's a better play. Since we already have the Archers in the map, we're just going to force out more and more Elixir. All right, there's no way that I can stop him from Minering on top of the Dark Goblin. Okay, never mind. He has no Elixir now, so he's going to have to Miner. And then he's not going to have anything for the Ram Rider. He's going to have to go in for, like, a Mega Minion. And then we can go for a Magic Archer right down the middle if the Miner dies. I think that it locks onto the Magic... yeah, I think it locks onto that, so we can win. I could have also rocketed, but I want to flex, obviously, with my favorite card in Clash Royale, the Magic Archer. Gotta win with my favorite card. You guys know how it is. You understand it? Woo! Sheesh. Let's keep going. All right, alrighty. Do you actually make enough to sustain your life by playing Clash Royale? Yep. You guys don't understand, but the sponsorships that I do, those give me all of the money that I'm able to do for the editing. And then I can live off the extra money. I don't make that much off of YouTube AdSense and ad revenue compared to sponsors. Sponsors are what allow me to pay all my entire team. Sponsors are why I'm able to do what I do. Seriously, like, sponsors are 200% of the revenue that I make at this point of, like, my, out of everything. So my living expenses come from the Google AdSense, which if you see a video ad on my videos, if you see like a regular Google ad, right? You click on YouTube and you get an ad. That's the money that fuels my life, right? Which I don't need a lot to sustain my lifestyle because I don't spend that much money. But the sponsorships, I need a lot of money because that's what fuels my editing, and that's what fuels all the improvements to the channel. I wouldn't be able to put out daily videos with 6 or 7 editors if I didn't have, you know, the sponsors that I have. So huge thank you to them. 1 loss and 12 wins. Yeah, we're going to go for 15 wins today. That's the goal. We should be able to get 15 quite comfortably. Let's go, my favorite Clash YouTuber. Thank you, man. Do you play other games? I used to play TFT and other stuff, but to be honest, I enjoy Clash Royale so much, and as I said before, I get value from playing Clash Royale that I don't necessarily get from the other games. So it's not as productive for me to play other games. I like playing Clash Royale because, number 1, it's my favorite video game. Number 2, I can stream it and interact with an amazing community. And number 3, also, obviously, you can end up growing your channel and growing your dream of creating the best YouTube channel ever. So that's what I like. That's really my main goal in life, is to look back at my content and look back at my videos and be like, wow, we grew so much. Wow, I can look back at all these videos and they're so good. And we were able to grow some amazing community. That's what I want more than anything in the world. So that's what I'm able to do. And yeah, I'm going to lob out in the back because he's down a bunch of Elixir. And I feel like with an Expo deck, he's probably going to have some problems against this. I just love the content that you put out there and really just love your vibe. Yeah, man. I mean, I try to be transparent about it, right? You guys know that I'm not the best player in the world. You guys know that I just play the game for fun at this point, and I'm not a pro player. But, you know, I can give a lot of strategy and advice as we go, and I do a lot of meme decks as well. Like, if you guys know, like, I do a 1.8 Elixir Goblin Barrel fast cycle deck that, if you guys look that up, it was probably one of my favorite videos I've ever created. I'll post that link in the chat, or in I'll post it in the pinned comment of this video. So if you guys are watching this as a VOD, check out the pinned comment for one of the most fun videos I've ever created on my YouTube channel. That was just extremely fun. And I don't take myself too seriously when I make those type of videos, because you know, it's a game after all, and you're meant to enjoy games instead of just stressing over them all the time. Sometimes people treat Clash Royale like a job, and they're like, I got to win every game. If I don't get a win streak and I don't reach this certain arena or this trophy count or this rank in the world, then I'm a failure. And it's not like that, you know? Just enjoy the game. It's a game, right? It's an escape from reality. It's an escape from the real world. You're supposed to relax and play the game. And that's one of the things that I do. So, also, that's one of the reasons why I've started to have more fun in life as well, because I treated Clash Royale as a job before, and I grinded the same decks over and over and over again as a professional player in Clash Royale, and I hated it. It was so boring to force myself to learn how to play a very specific matchup in these very specific placements over and over and over again. And it just wasn't fun for me, because it felt like, you know, it was a game that I loved, and then it turned it into something that was just, I don't know, a chore, because I wasn't getting anything out of it, right? And sometimes I would lose a game. So the real big turning point for me was, and I was in CCGS and that type of stuff, and I lost a game, and I should have won it. And if I had won this game, sorry, the matchup was like Lovehound Balloon into Hog Rider Executioner with Rocket, and I could not win it. There's no way for me to win the game. And I almost beat him. I almost beat someone, and if I had won the match, I would have won like $3,000 bare minimum. And after I lost that match, I was so sad, and I was like, I trained for this, I played so well, and I wasn't able to get the W. So after that moment, I just realized that competitive Clash Royale, sometimes there was some luck, and it just felt like I was wasting my time. So then I decided not to do it anymore. And I was like, you know what? I gotta start doing other things. And then I started doing YouTube, and I was like, wait, I actually really enjoy this. The effort that I put in is what I get out of it too. And I have this huge amount of work that I can show later on in life. Whereas if you're playing competitive Clash Royale, you don't really get anything from it later on. You just know that you did it. And I guess it's a memory, but you don't have anything visible. With YouTube, you have something visible. All right, so for better or for worse, you'll always have something visible there. If you make mistakes on YouTube and you do some bad stuff, it'll be up there forever, pretty much. I guess you can delete it, but the internet remembers everything. All right, so remember, he's gonna have rockets, so let's do this. We've got a lot of cheap distraction cards, so maybe this will be smarter for us to go for a hog right on the other side, to be honest. What are we doing? Is it going to work? I think so. We're gonna go for skeletons here. Hog Rider right after. Goblin Cage up top, so the balloon goes towards that. Get back to another Inferno Dragon. Isn't it crazy how quick the card cycle is here? If you guys have noticed anything from this entire game mode, I want to just drive 1 point home. Fast cycle or adaptable cards. Even when you don't necessarily have a good answer to your opponent, you can make so much happen. So that's just the one thing that I want to drive home as a huge point to a lot of you guys. I'm winning this game based off of having very adaptable cards, not necessarily having like a great way of breaking through. Because obviously, you know, I'm just getting rocketed every time that I drop too many Inferno Dragons together. Obviously, my Inferno Dragons don't do so well when our opponent has minions. Obviously, I'm not able to do so well if he's going to end up having giant skeletons body blocking all of my bridge spam. But we are making it happen because I have such adaptable cards that I have the way of outplaying my opponent. So I'm just stacking up Inferno Dragons, playing my best Clash Royale, and walking away with a win when it just didn't seem like it should have been possible. Bro turned into Batman just now. You're so intelligent. I don't know if I'm intelligent. As you guys saw, I wasn't able to get the joke from Bilal's. So it is what it is. Any tips for new YouTubers? I just gave a whole bunch of tips. So you can like rewatch the VOD. I don't want to like go and repeat it like a broken record, but you can listen to the entire VOD, and then there's a lot of tips about my journey and what I did and what I did wrong, and you can learn from that maybe. I don't know. Maybe it won't be helpful at all, but hopefully it is. So Skeleton Barrel is goated in this challenge because, first off, a lot of times people won't have multiple small spells. Secondly, it baits out buildings. Thirdly, on top of that, another good reason for it is it does splash damage, so it can push things back and do splash damage. Phoenix is always better because of the splash damage and the knockback in this type of game mode. Also, we chose Fisherman because it gives a counter push and it's just a little bit better. You get better at pronouncing my name? I will. How do you come up with the amazing script in your intros? It takes a while. Each intro at least takes 5 or 6 minutes. You get 1 minute of content for the intro every time, or maybe a minute 20 seconds. I record that or think about stuff to say for 5 minutes. And it's important because I want to make sure that my intros and my videos feel refined and special and unique. I don't want to give that perception that I just say whatever I say and then I don't care, you know? There's a lot of people that do that, and I'm not one of them. I want to make sure that my videos feel different and special. And I used to just do an intro and be like, yeah, you know, here's the deck, here's the synergy, and if I stutter, well, it's going to be in the intro and I don't care. That's not what I do. I make sure everything's refined. If there's a sentence that could be shorter, I try to make it shorter. If there's a sentence that could have a joke in there, I try to add that joke if I think it's funny. And that's what I'll always do. Okay, we got to make Dracula suck this match, guys. Dracula, you're not going to be ready for the sauce. So we could have activated King Tower with a Fisherman. Maybe dropping it like right here. Activates King Tower, I think. Maybe it's one tile to the right, but it does activate King Tower against Ghost. So what's up? Can you refresh your friend link on the community page? Yeah, I will. If you're a member of this channel, you guys can add me as a friend in Clash Royale. So all you have to do, there's a community page post. Tell me, hey, I need your friend link, and I'll respond to your comment, and I'll add you as a friend. You have to be a member of the channel for me to add you as a friend in-game, but I will add you all, and I'll send you guys my friend link if you're a member. So that's a good way that I have of, you know, rewarding people that support me. It's just an extra perk that I have. So you don't have to, but if you want to be a member, that's one thing that you guys can get. Obviously, you don't need to as well, but if you want my friend link, you guys can get it. All right, so the Skeleton Barrel was going to bait out a 4 elixir investment of the Tombstone from our opponent. It looks like I don't have good answers to Graveyard besides Electro Spirit in my deck. I guess we have Archers. I'm lying to you guys. I had Archers all along. A little bit embarrassing. Kind of funny that I'm like, guys, I don't have answers. I've got like one of the best answers in the entire game. Wait, that's so much damage. Dude, that Goblin Cage Brawler did so much work. I am mystified by that moment. All right, we got to focus up. We got to focus up. No mediocre out here. No mediocre. All right, we're going to go for Archers on offense. I don't think this is a good decision. I need to break through a Skeleton Barrel, though. I think I'm dead. I think this is one of the few matches where I, like, potatoed a bit. I think I could have won this if I played better, because I have a faster card cycle, so hypothetically, this should be okay for me. Yeah, he's just going to Graveyard me, and I have no way of stopping it at this point. He's going to poison as well, I believe. Let's Royale Delivery on the Spear Goblins. I should Graveyard, maybe. Dude, the Spear Goblin! Oh, thank goodness it didn't hit my tower. A lot of times it does. Alright, we're going to go for a Fisherman here. I could have activated King Tower against the Royal Ghost, and I would have won the game as well. It's not good knowing that could have happened. It's always a sad moment. It's always a sad trajectory, knowing that you could have won, and then you threw a little bit. Alright, we're going to do this, and we're going to go for another Skeleton Barrel. I think this guy is just giving me too much respect. Like, I should get Graveyarded a lot more than I am. He's respecting me too much, you know? You know? He should be going in a little bit more. Yes, that was such a good bowler. It knocked on everything. I'm trying to win the battle at the river so he can't Graveyard. Not really working, but we're trying, guys. We're trying. We do be trying out here. No! Oh, that was the worst Skeleton Barrel ever. Oh, there will be tales of how terrible that Skeleton Barrel was. Stop it. He's playing so defensive, man. He doesn't want to throw. He's just going for poisons. He's not going for anything else. So sad. All right, we're able to go in for Skeleton Barrel on the other side at least. Maybe force out some extra elixir. Okay. 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 That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see, baby. Heck yeah. Okay, not what we like to see. Not what we like to see. Not what we like to see. No, stop it. Oh, don't hurt it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Skeleton Barrel do more damage. All right, we have a bowler still. We have a bowler still. We've got 2 bowlers. Oh, the bowler's on the tower. Oh my goodness. If there's a way I win this, that would be insane. It would be actually miraculous. Miraculous, my dudes. So if I went other side, I would have won the game. It's always good to identify why you win and lose. And I'm going to tell you guys straight up. If I went other side and I had defended the Graveyard a little bit better in the left-hand side originally, instead of taking 2,000 damage, that would have been a W. You live, you learn, you play better, and you get better every single time you lose. And that's what I try to do. And I'll always point out my mistakes. I'll always let you guys know why I lost the match, so then we can improve together. Bad matchup? Nope. It was bad gameplay on my end. I'm never going to attribute it to being bad matchup or anything like that. If I went other side and I defended that Graveyard, as I said before, I would have won. I wasn't good enough to win it. My fault. Not anything to do with the matchup. It was my fault. 100%. I'm going to choose Ice Golem and pray that I get a win condition here. Because I need a win condition. Yes! No! Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Clash Royale. You say Ice Golem and Lava Hound are the same type of card? I think they need to reevaluate their draft. Because Ice Golem's not a win condition. Sure, it's a card that targets buildings. But it's not a win condition. That's pitiful that they did that. That's actually so bad for the game that they have like something like that. Oh, this is not the best strategy for us. I think I have to go Bomb Tower. Yeah, I have to go and kite this a while. But fortunately, he went for a Lightning, so he's down a little bit of Elixir, so then he can't punish me immediately. But let's be real for a second, guys. Let's be honest. Let's be real. This is not okay. You can't have Ice Golem and then Lava Hound as the same card to draft for the challenge. It's just so different, right? Why do we have the potential of having 3 win conditions? Royal Giant, Lava Hound, and then also Expo in the same deck would have been so bad. That's crazy. As I'm a geopolitical analyst, geopolitical 9/11 analyst on YouTube, I watch your channel because you have a refreshing content which makes my day that much more mentally relaxing, says Adam Fitzgerald. I'm glad I can make your day a little bit better, man. Obviously, stuff like that, if your life is stressful, or if you're just having like a really stressful stuff on YouTube and you're able to relax to my content, that's always something that makes me happy to hear. Be like, wow, you know, I can make someone's day better, or I can make someone actually enjoy YouTube a little bit more, or I can give someone a way to relax. Wow, we stuttered that so hard. If you didn't know, I'm the stutter king. Someone said, Jake, wow, you speak so eloquently. You never stutter. You never mess up. Couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of times I'll stutter. A lot of times I'll mess up. Don't get that perfect opinion of me, all right? Hey, dude, how's your day going? And any plans for the holiday weekend? I did not even know that there was a holiday weekend. I know that my girlfriend ended up getting Monday off of her work, but I didn't really know why. I feel a little bit embarrassed. Is it a big holiday? Is it something I should know? Every day kind of blends together for me right now because I'm preparing for a trip. I'm going to, I don't know if I'm allowed to say where I'm going, but I'm going to a big trip on the 4th through the 10th. So I'm not going to be recording any new content then. I will have videos already set, but I'm really, really, really excited. Also, Defensive Expo is an underrated play in this type of game mode. If your opponent has units going at you and you can't defend it, drop Defensive Expos because it will save your butt. So he's going to go in for Royal E-Barbs, so we got to go for arrows on top of the E-Barbs and then also the archers. He's also going to have guards as well, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. We're going to cycle our Electric Spirit. Oh, no! Well, that was not as we intended. Okay, wait, guys. Are you ready for the most devious plan in Clash Royale history? Oh, that was dumb. I was hoping the firecracker would splash onto it. I was trying to freeze. Yo, chill, Bill. Don't do this, bro. I like you. Don't make me dislike you, man. All right, we're gonna do this, and then Expo, and then see if it works. It's a cute push, isn't it, guys? Oh, he missed it! He wasn't ready, and that's one of the benefits of this type of game mode, right? Everyone that you play against is not necessarily going to know how to play their deck perfectly. Also, we've got the Bomb Tower for a second Royal Giant. This is the next iteration of Expo, guys. If you don't know, now you know. This is Expo 2.0. We've got the Tesla, aka the Bomb Tower, shredding whatever units he drops at the river, while our Expo is able to hit the tower too. Isn't that funny? That we got like the Expo with the Bomb Tower, and then when our first Expo dies, we drop a second Expo, aka the Royal Giant, at the river. That was so funny. This is the double Expo deck. And the other cool thing that I was considering is if I dropped an Expo on defense, it will be able to finish off whatever my opponent defends the Royal Giant with. So if he drops units on top of the Royal Giant, my Expo on defense would support my Royal Giant and finish off those units that are attacking my Royal Giant. The defensive Expo, since it has such long range, it can actually do that. Really ridiculous, right? Oh man, that was really funny. Are there any emotes that I like here? Are there any of these emotes? You guys let me know in the chat. Is there an emote that you like? Is there an emote that speaks to you here? Let me know in the chat and I'll get it. If you like any of these emotes, let me know. Otherwise, we won't get them if you think they're mediocre. I don't know if they're the best or anything. Oh yeah, we're at 2,000 medals yet now. All right, let's get to last game. So if we win this game, we would be able to collect all the rewards for this draft game mode. What do you think is the best deck to climb to Ultimate Champion? I already have a video on that, actually. I have a video every single season on showing how to hit Ultimate Champion every season. So there was one earlier season. I would run that deck. Just the Graveyard Freeze deck with Goblin Hut. It's so gimmicky and easy to play and brainless. If you're bad at the game, it just wins all the games. You don't have to think. That's the issue with the game right now, is Goblin Hut needs a huge nerf. It's going to be fully transparent with y'all. You can be brainless and not so good, and you'll get value with that. Oh, man. Wait, we just gave him Elixir Golem, an Ice Golem, and Lava Hound. We gave him 3 cards that target buildings. How is he supposed to win? Seriously, how is he supposed to win? I'm wondering right now. No, dude, good luck to you. You need the luck. You got the worst deck in the game, bro. Legitimately the worst deck I've ever given my opponent. 3 cards that only attack buildings that are utterly useless. Elixir Golem, Lava Hound, and Ice Golem. I think Ice Golem's good because it can get kited, or it can kite units to the other side, but I don't know. It's not necessarily the vibe. All right, we're gonna leak a little bit of Elixir, and then I'm gonna try to bowler, so then the Firecracker hopefully activates King Tower with the bowler. Yes! Awesome. So I leaked Elixir purposefully there because I wanted to make sure the bowler would still stay in alignment to activate King Tower. All right, so we can go in for a miner here. I wonder if this is smart because I'm pretty sure the Firecracker dies. And unlike a Phoenix, the bats are going to be able to finish off the Mega Minion and still stay alive. That's a vibe. I have a graveyard deck with Prince and Rocket. What is this deck, man? I love it. I love that this type of draft game mode forces you to play better, and it forces you to innovate with your cards. That's one of my favorite things about it. There's no doubt that this game mode is a little bit RNG. You might lose because of luck. Sometimes. I personally, in these games, did not lose because of luck. I lost because I was bad. And I didn't identify that the Barbarian pushed the Ram Rider. And I also didn't go opposite side of my opponent. I didn't defend a graveyard. But you guys, you might lose based off of luck. And that's okay. Because it's just supposed to be a fun tournament. And it's not a tournament that happens all the time in Clash Royale. So just understand that. The bowler is so good here. Oh my goodness. Come on now. Okay, that's not really what we want to see. We go for an Ice Wizard. If you didn't know, Dark Prince will hit all the skeletons if you don't drop it up high. So notice how it takes 2 hits to finish off the skeletons. You drop it right where I did at the top of the river. That's the most optimal placement. Also, since we activated King Tower, we're able to slow down the Dark Prince and it doesn't charge. With the Ice Wizard, we got a lot of value. So we can go in for this, and then maybe go in for bats depending on what happens. I'm hoping that the Ice Wizard can prevent a skeleton army from getting value, but I guess not. Why did I have such huge hopes and aspirations for an Ice Wizard? Does anyone know? I feel a little bit dumb now. I feel just a tiny bit stupid. Is the Firecracker going to splash onto my tower? Oh my gosh! The most illegal play of 2023 is what you just saw there. The fact that that splashed onto my tower just does not feel okay. Like, straight up just does not feel okay. We have to rocket on top of that so that we can keep the bowler alive, maybe. This is looking like a tough game because I don't really have splash damage for a skeleton army. But I have to get that out of cycle. Really weird game. Wait, Firecracker is actually goated, and I don't have an answer to it. It's actually a pretty big problem, if you ask me. Okay, okay. He's got zap from my bats, too. Wait, do I just lose this based off the matchup? Because I can't really graveyard, and I can't do anything. No. Yo, I was talking about you guys losing based off of luck or matchups. Might be the first one. No! No! Oh, missing that just feels awful, but yeah. I think for real, this is not a fair matchup because I don't have anything for Skeleton Army, and then I don't have anything for Firecracker, and he's got Zap for my bats, which is my only anti-air defense. Maybe I can still win it if I get, like, super lucky, but it's really unlikely, right? Yeah, I just lose. So, hopefully in the next game we don't get bats as our only air defense when our opponent has Zap. I really did curse myself. I legitimately cursed myself. I said that I lost all the other games based off of skill. This one was not a skill issue. This one was a unlucky situation. I'll just show you guys. I didn't have the opportunity to pick Zap or anything like that, right? He gave me, did I even have a spell? Yeah, so I picked Bowler or Mega Minion. I guess I could have picked Mega Minion, but Bowler is generally a better card in this game mode because Bowler is great against Elite Barbarians and all these other Bridge Bam cards. And then I chose Miner, which is better than Lava Hound there. I chose Graveyard because it's better than Elixir Golem. And then I wasn't given any of the other cards. I didn't have any. I was given such terrible cards. Rocket Graveyard is a terrible win condition. And then, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. Maybe I could have cheesed him earlier and won that, but yeah, it was unfortunate. What is RNG? RNG is random number generator. Sometimes it's about luck, you know? All right, so we're going to choose Rascals because they give us anti-air answers. We're definitely going to go and choose our minions as well for another bit of Arrow's bait. And I'll choose Elector Spirit to chain onto his skeletons, and then also on top of the Dark Prince to stun it. Giant Skeleton's a great card, but Rare Recruits could really prevent me from making pushes, so I'm going to choose Recruits. It also fits my theme of bait. I really be like that sometimes. You'll get a buffer to get 15 wins, though. Yeah, I'm going to get 15 wins easily. There's no doubt about it. You have flow when you speak, and you control your words. You have such good speech. How do you do it? I've just been talking for a long period of time, so that's just what I do. I don't know if you guys know, but I like talking, apparently. That's probably part of the reason that I'm a YouTuber. If you look at, like, Cashman, for instance, you look at me, a lot of us talk a lot, right? So that's part of the reason that we are YouTubers. I think Ash as well, Clash with Ash, he talks a ton. Generally, a lot of people that become YouTubers talk a bunch, and then they have no problems, like, talking to people. All right, so this guy's going to end up having Dark Prince and Mother Witch and a whole bunch of cards that are generally difficult for us to deal with, but I'm okay here. I'm going to zap on top of this, and then I'm going to go for minions in the right. Thank goodness the Mother Witch did not endeavor in the right-hand side, because we can get that balloon out of our sight with only one hit on our tower. That's it. That's all we got. Not bad at all. Not bad, my dudes. So, let's see if we can finesse Juan. I want to go in for a Night Witch in the back, and then I want to go in for a Goblin Giant afterward. Looks really, really promising for us. So we're going to go for a Night Witch, and then we're going for the Goblin Giant whenever we get the chance. Generally, we want to go for Night Witch in the back, though, to build up a lot of bats, and then we can go in for the Goblin Giant afterward. So we saw some cards that are problematic, like the Mother Witch, but if they get body blocked by the Goblin Giant, we should be A-okay. We want to get the Mother Witch to go onto the Goblin Giant instead, and we'll see what he decides to do. I don't want to overcommit. I don't want to go in for a Magic Archer or anything, despite it might be an okay play. It's not what I'm going to do today, because I want to guarantee that I have enough to stop the counter push that he's going to get. Even if I got a bunch of extra damage, it wouldn't necessarily be worth it. Now we're going to Electro Spirit to chain onto his Dark Prince, so I can't charge on my units. And even if he goes in for a Rage, he's not able to kill the minions. He's got to go for a Fire Spirit and a Rage. And that's just so much Elixir. You can't do that. You didn't have enough Elixir for that, man. So that's great. We take those trades all day long. So we can go for Rare Recruits, but it will give him a lot of Mother Witch piggies. So I'm electing not to do that. I didn't know that he would have Mother Witch, right? Because you don't get to see the cards that your opponent picks. So we're going to hope that he does a bad Mother Witch, and we can go in for a Goblin Giant at the river. I'm going to go Dark Prince. Other side. That's a mess up. That's a massive mess up for my man. So we can go in for probably just like Rascals in the right, and then think that we're okay. We can zap on the tower if we want, but generally the way that we want to play is just make sure that... Ooh, yeah, we're going to zap here, I think. We're going to zap on top of the balloon, too, and finish that off. And then we can go Recruits at the river, so we can body block his units. And then I wonder if we're okay. I actually don't know anymore. I would like to say so, but I don't know if I can get back to Rascals in time. I really hope I can. If we can, then we should be A-okay. I don't think that the Giant Skeleton is going to reach my tower. That's the main concern here. If the Giant Skeleton reaches our tower, that's how we lose the game. Mother Witch piggies are not going to do enough damage. As long as he doesn't have lightning, we walk with a W. We've done a lot of damage left-hand side too, so even if we lost the tower, we would have double the damage on his left-hand tower than he would have of me, so we would have walked away with a pretty comfortable victory. All right, so that's awesome stuff, guys. We ended up getting 15 wins in the challenge. We lost one game because of bad matchup, a little bit unluckiness, and then the other games we lost because, you know, we just didn't play very well. And as you guys can see, even Ian, who is like person who finishes #1 in the world, he lost the game at 11 wins. So the guy that is a pro player sometimes gets bad matchups as well. Also, if you're like me and Ian, maybe sometimes you play against good players. Earlier in the, I bet you this guy was decent. Probably somewhat. Or let's see if any of the people that we lost to had higher ranks. That guy actually just got straight up lucky, so it didn't matter if he was good or not, right? It was unlucky that he ended up having Firecracker and Zap for my bats. Let's see if the other two had higher ranks. This guy probably did, right? Yeah, so he was Royal Champion. Still, I just messed that game up, right? Like, I could have won that, and I should have won it if I was better, but I wasn't, you know? I just let the Ram Rider break through, and then I lost... Where was the other L? Here it was. Dracula. This guy seemed pretty good. Yeah, he's running a meta Golem deck. This is actually one of my... Oh, no, he's not running the meta Golem deck, but he's running a deck that makes sense, right? So... This guy's also pretty good at the game, too. But mostly, like, the 2 games that I lost, I should have played better in. And then the last game, you know, you take that. If you lose 1 out of... How many games did I play? I played 18 games, and I only had 1 match that I couldn't win. All the other ones I could have won. That's really solid stuff. So definitely just take it from that perspective. If you lose a game, jump on to the next one. If you're too tilted, take a break and come back at a later date. Huge thank you to everyone that was here. No matter when you're watching, no matter where you're watching, have an amazing rest of your day. Subscribe for more daily videos because I put out a video every single day at 3 p.m. Eastern. Also, make sure to like the video if you want to support me for free. And check out the pinned comment for that crazy hype video of a 1.8 elixir Goblin Barrel cycle, the cheapest Goblin Barrel cycle deck that you'll ever see in Clash Royale with some ridiculous interactions. I think I got like 28 worth of value from one Dark Goblin. And if you guys want to see that, check out the pinned comment because you will not want to miss out on that. I'll see you guys later. Good luck in this tournament, and let me know how the tournament goes for you guys down below in the comment section. See ya. Peace, love, and positivity. You guys are awesome.